Because you were hiding, Mike Sylvester.
Currently, I'm on this Dr. Phil kick. I love to watch Dr. Phil. Like, the people that go on there, they're crazy. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're doing a very, very highly requested video, which is the veterinary books that I use most frequently, or the ones that are my favorite. I do have a couple like study cards in here that I couldn't have lived without. I did have a video posted like a year ago maybe about is veterinary nursing right for you, textbooks and tuition, and I did have in there all the freaking textbooks that I owned at that point in time, but I'll have it linked down below if you want to check that out. The ones that I pulled for this particular video are the ones that are very beginner friendly. I do have a lot of books that are for like more advanced people in veterinary medicine, so if you want to see that video, definitely let me know. So let's go ahead and get started. Pew, 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 pew. When I was taking veterinary anatomy, it was pretty hard. It wasn't hard to learn, it was just a lot of material that you had to learn and lots of like little pieces and parts that you had to know the name for and know where they were at. It was very overwhelming at first, but one thing that I found that I really, really loved was this coloring book. One, because inside I am a child and I love to color. And like, what better way than to color and learn at the same time? So in the beginning, when I first started using this book, I did actually color in the book. So if you're using this book to like study with, then what I did was make copies of each page, do like little quizzes for myself. I really enjoyed this book a lot. It really, really seemed to help me because I'm a very visual learner. I get a lot of messages from you guys that are like in high school or in junior high and you're like, oh my gosh, like I want to be a veterinarian or a veterinary nurse when I get older. I mean, it's fun. Like, it's a coloring book and one day you're eventually going to use the material, so like, why not? Why not? I'll have all of these items linked down below. A lot of things I got off Amazon, so I'll have it down below if you want to check it out. This is another thing that I used for my anatomy class when I was taking it and I studied, and I freaking love these. Look how beat up this thing is. But they are flashcards. There's one for a dog and then one for a cat. And on the front it says repetition, repetition, the only way to get an A+, and repetition is key when it comes to learning your anatomy, which is why I loved these flashcards. This was the front of the flashcard and then your answers were on the back. One thing that I did with these flashcards is I ended up just numbering all of them, and on my whiteboard I would just write numbers 1 through 25, and then I would just write the answers out beside it and then flip over on the back and then just see which number was which. I absolutely loved these cards. They are disgusting. They have like coffee and all sorts of stuff on them. So you can just number them, get a whiteboard or a loose leaf piece of paper, write your answers out, and then number them on the back too, and then see if you matched up. This cardboard casing is just stupid, and it's not very durable, especially when I was throwing these in my backpack. These are from Brian Edwards Publishing, Dog Anatomy, and they go over the skeletal system, muscular system, joints and ligaments, and major organ systems. When I study, like, I have to make flashcards, so when there are pre-made flashcards, that's like even better. Okay, this right here is like my favorite thing of all time. I really don't even reach for it that often anymore because a lot of the information in here I already have memorized. I was obsessed with this thing. Obsessed. The Mosby's Veterinary PDQ. Inside you'll find surgical nursing procedures, animal care techniques, common drugs, common diseases, lab tests, imaging techniques, parasite identification, urine sediment, dentistry protocols. This thing, oh my goodness. If you are starting out in veterinary medicine and you're like, I wish I had like a quick reference book I could just grab, flip, and then go, this is it. This will be your best friend, because this was my best friend. I still keep this on my desk today, especially when I'm teaching people how to do certain things, because it's just the easiest thing in the world. So like I mentioned before, I'm a very visual learner, which is why I'm so obsessed with this thing, because it has pictures in it. It shows you how to write a script. It shows you how to draw blood from your jugular, from your cephalic vein. It shows you the common internal parasites that you're gonna see and what they're gonna look like underneath the microscope. This book is everything. This is my #1 recommendation, my #1 favorite book, everything you could ever need. I have another picture book. I feel like such a child because I'm like, I love this one because it has pictures. I love this one because it has pictures. I love this one because you can color. I feel like such a child. But you know, that's the way I learn. It is what it is. So this is Veterinary Instruments and Equipment, a pocket guide. I really like this thing. There are so many instruments out there. Like, look at this. this. Look how thick this freaking book is. And when your veterinarian tells you, I need you to go get a rat tooth thumb forceps, and you're like, what? Then you can flip through this book and find it because it also has pictures. I mean, they have things in here that I still don't know what they are. Like this thing. Like, what the heck is this? This looks like some kind of medieval torture device. But it's cool that it does tell you how to use these instruments and what they are used for. It has large animal and small animal equipment. I reach for it time and time again when I find things that I don't know what they are. Because when you're in school, you do have to know what all these instruments are used for. I freaking love this. Okay, so if you're like, Victoria, I don't want any of that cutesy picture BS. Give me like a hardcore book. Then stand back. This is my recommendation for you. This book is like a huge summary of every book that I own. This is the clinical textbook for veterinary technicians. Out of all the textbooks that I have, this is probably the one that I reach for the most. Basic things that you're gonna need to know about working in a veterinary clinic are gonna be in this book. It does have some basic dentistry in here as well. I do keep this book with me at the clinic so I don't have to carry like 30 books with me. I just keep this one. And like I said, it is the one that I reach for the most. Because it is like an actual thick textbook, I mean, it's kind of expensive. For the most part, all of my classes that I have taken have required me to have this textbook. We've been through a lot together. My final recommendation are another set of flashcards. This bad boy has also been through it. You can see that I've broken it. They're all stained and disgusting. These are from Saunders Veterinary Terminology flashcards. Terminology is its own language, and once you get the hang of it, then it's very easy to learn, but these things helped me tremendously. So any field of medicine that you go into has these big giant words with these big giant meanings, or I would read these words in my book and be like, what in the frickety frack does that even mean? So that comes with your suffix, your prefix, and then the combining form. So this one says stetho, and that means chest, and it even has a little picture. You have your prefixes like ab, which example of that is like abduction, which is away from the body. These things are just better than sliced bread. It also has abbreviations like TID, means 3 times daily, and this thing is heavy because terminology seems really hard and overwhelming until you do break it apart and you learn what each piece means. It brings back so many memories for me, like when I was sitting and studying these for hours and hours. Alright guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!